And friends, CEO and Chairman of Zaggle Prepaid Ocean Services joins us now. Raj, good morning. Thank you for joining us. Let's talk about the recent order wins which you've got from, Evasa, Yukama. What is more about these deals? Can you tell us?
Thank you so much, Nikunj, for inviting me to the show and appreciate the opportunity. Zaggle, if you look at it, in the last quarter has bagged about 200 contracts. Overall, about 600 to 650 contracts is what we have, won in the last 1 year. These two contracts, which are there, are part of the series of contracts which we have done, and these are related to the expense management. So all the expenses which a company incurs on their employees, be it travel, be it hotel, be it entertainment, and any other business expenditure, all that comes under this business expense management. And if you look at it, we are going more and more the enterprise way and trying to solve some of these tricky issues which no one single software solves today. And these wins are very big wins, and we hope that in the future we will be able to bag even bigger contracts. Which actually, some of them are in offing.
So, are they extension of your existing businesses, or these are new businesses which you've got, including our group company BCCL?
These are all new wins.
Okay. Uh, How is Zaggle different from typical IT services? How are they different from what could be called as a product-based company? We keep on debating this internally that Zaggle has a different model. Can you tell us more about it?
So yeah, thank you, Nikunj. So one of the things which differentiates Zaggle from any other company is the usage of software along with a payment instrument. If you look at IT services company, they just go ahead and any service which has to be provided to a corporate, they will do it. We are not in that cycle. What we have is a product-led growth model where we have our product, which we go ahead and explain to the corporates that if you use this model, okay, you will be able to take of single dashboard would be able to take care of all your information which all the expenses which have been done by your employees. And the other beauty of this is that we also provide them uh, with a prepaid or a credit card instrument. So what happens is in India or across the world, two systems don't talk to each other. Okay, so when you do a credit card transaction, that doesn't automatically flow into your system and shows that Nikunj has spent so much of money. With our system, what we do is on one side we integrate with your HRMS, on the other side we will integrate with the credit card switch provider, and we will be able to give you in a single snapshot the entire information as to Nikunj has spent so much of money on this particular item, and his he was supposed to spend so much, and whether it is within the policy or no. This is a great opportunity. It's a very differentiated model. Not many people in India understand this and have actually have come across such models even in the so what we think is that the more proliferation happens of this model in India, the more growth will come to Zack. And more companies, when they're setting up operations in India, what happens is that they typically look at that who is going to solve my problems, one, two, three, multiple problems in a single solution, and that is what we provide.
So, your model is simple. There's a vendor, there is an employee, and you give a software what also could be called as gateway, which means the system has to talk to each other. The intermediaries in this case, which is banks and credit card companies, they have to talk to each other. What happens if there are IP constraints? What happens if that suddenly the vendor, suddenly some of the intermediaries and in this case banks, they decide not to share the data?
So data is not shared at all. So there is, on that, there are very clear guidelines and one has to follow that. So it is only the transactional data, which gets flowed. And, when it comes into our software and sits, it is for the customer, who has the data and who can see, that these two transactions. Okay, so this particular card, did this transaction, and this card is not Nikunj's what our software does. But, there is no data access which you get in terms of that, getting access to the data.
How much of business now is coming from fresh clients or new clients addition, how much is coming from existing clients in terms of repeat, and who are your nearest competitors?
Okay, so if you look at see all this today about 650 odd clients who we have signed up in the last 1 year. Of them, about 450 to 500 clients have already started showing revenue. Okay, so if you today look at it, maybe about 75-80% would be coming from the older customers and 20% would be coming from the new customers. And as we go on adding our revenue growth, also you look at it as at about 40 to 50% growth is what we have been able to do. And going forward, I think whatever we have signed in the last quarter would actually get actualized in the next a couple of quarters. So overall business, what we see is that if this year also we do about 45-50% growth, that would out of which I think about 75-80% again be contributed by the contracts which we have signed till now, and 20% would be come from the new clients which will sign up 24-25.
Okay. And who are your nearest competitors?
So the nearest competitors in India, a model which Zaggle is following. There are a few competitors, but in the individual category, if you look at in the meal benefits, etc., we have Taxi as our competitor. If you look at channel incentives and rewards, we have like OC Tanner and Pine Labs as a competitor. If you look at expense management, we have SAP Concur as a competitor. But all together, we really Apple, there is hardly any competitor.
I wanted to understand a little bit more about your international business plans. There were some preliminary discussions that were underway. How much have you made here?
Yeah, thank you. So international expansion is a very, very key growth driver for us in the coming years. Whatever we see, we are in the enterprise. If I have to put it a little bit succinctly, we are in the enterprise software plus payment instrument category. That's why we call ourselves B2B SaaS fintech company. And it is very important that what we sow today, the germination will happen in next 2, 3, 4 quarters, and then the leaves will come out probably in 1.5 years. And by the time we are able to pluck the fruits, it's about 3 years. Okay, so with that intention and with that clarity in mind, one of the things which we are going to do this year is sow the seed in US, and we have more or less to a conclusion that US is the motherland for for businesses like Zaggle, and we will definitely go there and put the seed, and results will be seen over a period of 2-3 years. How we look at it.
Thanks for taking time out and joining in. Good to have you on board. Tell you what,
if you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.